Hi there, it's Denise from Balance Me Coaching. I'm here with Dr. Liz from the Bolen Health Institute, and she's going to tell us about her story and her burnout story. So, hi, Liz, Dr. Liz.
Hi. So I'm Dr. Liz. I'm the founder of the Bolen Health Institute, and I help overachieving healthcare providers start integrating the most powerful tools in mind-body medicine and bridging them into quantum integrative medicine. I love my job. And yeah, that's what I do. I opened an international institute and I teach people skills and tools they can use in 42 different countries around the world.
Okay, and what exactly does your institute teach?
So we teach NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and that uses both sides of your brain and starts integrating different pathways. So both hemispheres, both sides, start talking to each other and they start creating different neural networks. So you have access to more resources, your behaviors change, you're able to change your physiology in mere seconds. We teach create your own future processes or timeline therapy, which instantly wipes out all negative emotions and your limiting beliefs that are keeping you back. I teach hypnosis and I train it. And hypnosis is probably the most powerful of all the tools. That actually changes your focus 10,000 times more than you're able to with your conscious mind. You're able to change behaviors, which is part of my burnout story and why I love hypnosis. And I teach NLP results coaching as well. We have a great training, which is executive coaching. It's not like life coaching, it's the executive aspects. And I teach healthcare providers to integrate these into their tool belts. So they take these 4 powerful tools and put them into already what they know and how to treat and love and provide service to the people that they're already serving and just make them more effective and kind of spread them to the world because not a lot of people know about them. They're the most powerful tools in mind-body medicine.
Wonderful. So, you mentioned that you have a burnout story. Can you go into that a little bit more?
Of course. So I burnt out a few times. I burnt out after my naturopathic college. Very, very common. It's an intense program. We all push through it like there's no tomorrow. We're like, we're going to graduate. It's going to be all fine. And then we all just dip. And I think the biggest burnout story is when I had my child because I wasn't fully recovered from burning out after I went through school. And then you start practicing and you're like, oh no, I feel a little better. I'm good. And you keep going, you keep pushing through it.
Yeah.
And then I got pregnant and that was just fatigue beyond belief. And I have a baby. And as an entrepreneur, your mat leave, I took a shortened one because I wanted to get back to my business and the entrepreneurs don't have the same luxuries of the mat leaves. So I pushed through mat leave going quickly and I kept pushing and I kept pushing until I couldn't clear a cold. I was so drained and burnt out, I couldn't clear a common cold. My face started to swell and my lungs couldn't really go what was going. It was clear and then you could hear it in my chest and it would go away. It was enough to keep me back, like to stop pushing anymore. It gave me enough of a scare where I actually had to stop, realize I can't keep going this way or I am going to end up in a hospital.
Yeah.
I can't, a cold with a face swelling is not normal. So I really took a step back at that point. And I think I was 10 months postpartum by this point. And I really worked on getting my body better because that was where my tools led me. Being a naturopathic doctor, I knew how to work with the body. So I did everything. I did acupuncture, I did contrast showers, which to this day I love and still do. Hot and cold showers, really good for burnout. Best tip, you want to build up fast, contrast showers. I did homeopathy, I did different diets, I did supplementation, I did everything in this little bucket so I could get better. And I came back, and when I started integrating what I started training is where the huge difference came in, because I came back again, to a point where I was afraid to do what I did before. No one wanted to go back to burnout. And I found that my mindset came into, I can't burn out. I don't want to burn out again. Instead of focusing on, I want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. My mindset was on what I don't want, and that's where my focus was for a very long time after that. I was afraid to go back to that point rather than focusing on what I wanted to do after my burnout. And that's when I started using the different tools for myself. The hypnosis, the neurolinguistic programming, timeline therapy. They really helped to put my focus on thriving, not burning out. If that makes sense.
It does. I mean, if you concentrate on what you don't want, you're bringing in more of what you don't want.
Yes. Your unconscious mind and your conscious mind don't process negatives.
No.
So when you say, I don't want to burn out, all it hears is, I want to burn out. And that's where your focus is going. It's like if you close your eyes and go, don't focus, don't think of a blue tree. The joke is, what color blue was your tree?
Yeah.
Because that's where your focus is.
Exactly.
So
now, can you go into what tools are like, what was it, the contrast shower? I've actually never heard of that. That sounds unique as well.
So contrast shower. And bear with me, it's fantastic. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. So contrast shower is when you do 3 minutes hot, like the hottest hot in your shower that you can handle, as much as you can. And then you do 1 minute of the coldest cold you can handle. So you're going between your hot and your cold, then you go back to your hot, to your cold. So you do your cycle, like each cycle is hot and then cold. You do at least 3 of those contrast shower, like through those cycles before you end on your cold. And what this really does is it builds your immune system. It improves your digestion. It improves your overall vitality, and chi gets it flowing, because what's happening in your body is everything's expanding when it's hot, everything constricting. So your blood flow, your lymph, everything is having this superficial opening and closing, and it's starting to pump everything, starting to move everything that's been stuck when you've been burnt out and you're stagnated and sitting or sleeping. I slept a lot. And it starts to move everything in your body. It starts to bring everything back up and back into flow. So one of the best tools, I would say, for burnout, and most people avoid it because they don't want to do that little bit of cold. And I swear it gets better. You learn to love them. I hated them, and now they're like a constant in my routine because I know how amazing they are for my system.
Wow, I'll have to try that. So what other tools did you find extremely beneficial, since you are the tool lady?
Yeah, I have a lot in my tool belt. I found, again, hypnosis was fantastic for my mindset, where I shifted it from don't burn out to be healthy, focus on being healthy. And so hypnosis really put my emphasis there, which switched everything. Acupuncture it's a godsend. I do it on myself. And when I was burnt out, I went to someone else, because treating yourself isn't the same thing. So when you go to someone else to actually help you out of burnout, it happens faster, and you start building a community that you didn't realize you needed. So acupuncture was pivotal in really bringing up my vitality, because it works with your essence, and it's a very energetic practice that's really rooted in science as well. And it brings up overall vitality. It works with your organ systems to tweak, and it's very individualized. That's one thing that I loved, is that there's no one set thing for people's burnout, because what attributes to burnout are different things. We can all get to the same state, but our lives are different. All our way we go forward is different. What we need our energy for is all different. So when you can get those treatments that really focus on you, I find it really speeds up coming out of burnout. And my overachievers love to burn out because I was a person who loved to burn out.
Well, same
You
here.
just keep pushing, right?
Yeah.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah, I was a perfectionist, and I would, get a project and I would work on that until it was done, whether I was passing out at my desk or not. It was just boom, boom, boom. But I've learned better now.
Right? Balance.
Exactly. And other tips and tricks you can offer our audience here.
Other tips and tricks. One of the other ones that really, really worked for me was honestly doing my timetables. So like my schedule. that was huge. That was like, what do I need to get done in a day? And then I passed it off to someone who wasn't me and had someone check it and be like, are you crazy? No one's going to get this all done in a day. Bring it back. So when I had that external check and I wrote it out, and I actually saw how much I was attempting to get done in a day and was stressed out when I wasn't getting that much done, it really clicked. It was like, oh, I am doing too much. And to see your lists that are typically in your head, just out in front of you, shows you're like, I am going a little bit over. And it really helps you to keep in check of what are the top 3 things you need to get done in a day and focus on them. Not only do you improve faster and every area in your life improves faster because you're focusing on the top 3 important ones, but you have better balance. You don't like, this is me. And I'm one of those people who would go from here to here to here to here to back to here, thinking that I was getting something done efficiently. And I was not. So focusing on those 3 really helped bring me back to where I wasn't striving on being a perfectionist and an overachiever trying to get everything done in a day. It allowed me to move forward with more balance in my life. It's a good visual tip for you to have. There's 3 things, and whatever you think you want to get done, look at it and think, can a regular person do this? Or should they be doing this? And it's a good check.
Yeah, that's a wonderful tip because I'm the same. It's I make these to-do lists that were, unless I had 5 of me, I would not be getting this done. And you have no sense of accomplishment because you don't get the things done. And then you're adding to the list and adding to the list, and it's just not working.
Yes. And you're the hardest person on yourself because you have such high expectations of what you should be getting done, realizing that it's just high expectations, and that people who suffer from burnout need to be gentler with themselves. And I think that's the lesson that burnout teaches most people, is to learn how to be gentle with ourselves and balance better as we move forward. Switch your focus to being happy and healthy and wealthy and balanced by being gentle and bringing our expectations down. One of my favorite things I love to say is, just because you can handle a lot doesn't mean that you should. There's a whole different priority. You've been given a wonderful gift. You're high functioning. You can handle more than the average person. And that doesn't mean that you should. It means that you use your gifts in a different way while it still keeps you thriving.
Absolutely. So now, why did you open the Bolen Health Institute?
I opened it because I wanted other healthcare providers to have access to the tools I never learned. So going through naturopathic medicine, I learned a lot of different types of medicine. And I loved that. I loved that when someone came in front of me, I could sit down and really, truly customize a treatment plan for them. And I found that I was focusing really on the physical body. Even though naturopathic medicine is known to find the root cause, we weren't taught where the root of all illness came from. We were taught the root cause in the body. So when I went through my own journey and process and came across these tools, I thought I needed to share them. And I think that everyone in the world needs to be using them because I absolutely love them. I've seen them with different clients and patients and on myself. And I thought the fastest way to spread this knowledge is by training my colleagues. How do you transform the healthcare system? You transform the people that are providing healthcare. So I focused on my overachievers, my colleagues, so they could start using it and spreading it, use it with themselves, and then bring it to the world so it becomes more mainstream and everyone has access to them. That's kind of the point, is that they're so powerful and they're amazing. I don't think they should be held for the elite. And the elite have been using them for years. And I think that it's time that everyone can share in that. I just bring them to the health perspective. So people get better faster. I even have my guarantee in writing. That's how powerful these two tools are. I actually can guarantee my results in writing. And part of the only profession in the world that can. And I want to spread it to all healthcare providers so everyone has access to it. Because I want to transform the way we look at health.
Well, it's a wonderful job that you're doing. So any last words you'd like to say to our audience?
I'd like to say thank you for listening. That's wonderful. And be gentle. Know that it's a process, and really shift your mindset into where you want to go, not where you've been. Focus on being happy, healthy, wealthy, and thriving, and start listening to your body, because that's really, really where your success story is going to come from.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Liz. And I will be putting your contact information in the notes here if anybody wants to get in touch with you. Because yes, we need to spread this word.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Just a final note, if you're struggling with burnout or chronic stress, I have free resources such as a podcast, Facebook support group, my blog. To get these free resources, please visit my website at www.balance-me.ca. Now, this is Denise Eckert signing off, and contact me if you're looking to create a happier, more balanced lifestyle today.